Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV, and this is the Fanzone. So I will put the link in the chat in a moment. It's your show. Come on, have your say. You might want to talk about last night's match against Everton. You might want to talk other things about Newcastle. Whatever you want to talk about, it's your platform. Come on, come and have your 5 minutes, have your rant, whatever you want. And let's hear what people have to say. But before we get into the show, if you do like what you see, please do smash that like. It does help the channel, so do give it a thumbs up. That'd be fantastic. If you're brand new to the channel, come and smash this subscribe. Come be part of the great community we got here. Also hit that bell notification to keep you up to date with future shows, lives or pre-records as well. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. You can do that by clicking the join button. And if you want to make a donation, you can do that in chat by clicking on the $ using the super chat function. Also means your comments read out first as well. And also it helps the channel as well. Right. A couple of comments have come in. Good evening, Tony, says Gary. Good evening to you. Mad Max says, evening, Tony and chat. I hope everyone's well. Well, yeah, after last night's result, yeah, I mean, look, it's... last night was a bit of a shocker, wasn't it, to everybody? But we will get into that as well in a moment. I'm just going to pop this in the chat now, and I'll actually pin it as well. So I'll pin this to the top as well. So if anybody comes on and they want to get on in the studio, then just click the link. The link's there now, so you can click the link and you can come on, have your say. If you're camera shy, you can sit behind. You don't have to have your camera on. You can have that turned off and we can hear you from behind the camera. So, don't worry at all about that as well. Arik Man says, Andrew, absolutely, mate. And hi, Tony says, Bia, good evening to you. Bia as well. Hope you're quite well, mate. I mean, look, last night's game ends 1-1. Not what we really wanted, was it, against Everton? Everton were a poor side, let's be honest. The thing is, at the end of the day, that was a game we should have won last night. We had chances to win it. We didn't take them. And again, we just haven't took the chances. And that is the problem. Now, Eddie Howe's not blaming Paul Dummett for this, by the way. He says, Paul Dummett doesn't take any blame for this whatsoever. As he says, it's collective. Look, I mean, there he is on screen there, Paul Dummett. If I'm honest, I just didn't think Dummett cut it last night. I don't think he did, really. And Eddie's had his say on Dummett as well. He said, look, Eddie Howe has shielded first-class Dummett from the blame after Newcastle's late choke against Everton. I mean, what's your take on this about Eddie Howe? Is he right to shield Paul Dummett, or should he be coming out and blaming Paul Dummett for this? Let's know your thoughts on this. I mean, there's talk that Eddie Howe's saying he could get a new contract as well, so maybe Dummett gets a new deal for the summer to help cover for Botman and Lascelles being out. I'm sorry. No, please do not give this guy a contract. Get rid in the summer. Sorry. That's why he's a liability last night, because he doesn't play enough games. We've got to start getting rid of some of these. If we're supposed to be a project and we're supposed to be going places, then I'm sorry. People like Paul Dummett do not have a place at Newcastle United no more. We're a different club. If we are going to the next level, we need to start getting rid of these players. As much as Eddie Howe likes his bit of sentimentality, sorry, the sentiment side, Eddie, you've got to start getting rid of that. If you want to become a top manager, Eddie Howe, you have got to get rid of being too sentimental, and you've got to make some harsh decisions. And that is the thing. You've got to make harsh decisions. If you want to, do you think the likes of Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp become top managers because they're sentimental? No, because they have to make tough choices. They have to make tough decisions. That is why they are top managers. And if Eddie Howe wants to be anywhere near Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola or any other elite manager, he's got to start being ruthless. And that's not a criticism. That is just saying how it is. You have got to be ruthless. Mad Max says, didn't see anyone else busting wrestling moves out on Everton players. I mean, look, it was a stupid thing to do. And, Dummett knows there's VAR in operation. So as soon as you're going to tangle with somebody, VAR's going to check it. Dummett's a disgrace. Can't cover for 10 minutes. His contract should be torn up. Absolutely. Hi, Johnny says, Ian. Hello, Ian. Hope you're well, mate. Andrew says, Ian. Gary says, I think Eddie should acknowledge it, at least saying he can't blame the players is a bit concerning. Well, exactly. This is my point. And, again, I mean, look, okay, you can't just blame Dummett for last night. Longstaff was awful again. Absolutely awful again. Longstaff was like passenger last night. It was like we were carrying him. First half, he was absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful. One thing I do want to say, though, is, before I go more into the show and things like that, what I do want to say is I saw Paul from Toon Review last night do his video out there. Now, look, I don't know if any other people have seen this, but check it out, his match reaction. He was actually challenged by the woman on the turnstile about his disability. Now, come on, disability has no colours whatsoever, And the thing is, a disability doesn't have to be shown to be disabled. Disability can be anything, right? So it doesn't mean to say because you're on a stick, you've got to be disabled being on a stick. But if you're not on a stick, you're not disabled. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. At the end of the day, and for that woman on the turnstile to even ask Paul if he was disabled, it was absolutely disgraceful. And then to even ask him what was wrong with him, it's absolutely disgraceful. And I hope he's taking it to the club. And I do hope the club come down hard on this individual, because this individual needs to be spoken to, if not sacked. Because that's absolutely disgusting. At the end of the day, do you think Paul's going to go there and use a disabled ticket just to get in the ground? No, he's not. He's using it for a reason. And that's the reason he's using it. So at the end of the day, this woman, she does really need to have the book thrown at her, basically, because it's absolutely disgraceful. There's no need for it. And that's personal, asking him what his disability is. That's absolutely personal and should not even be asking that question. All she is an attendant on the turnstile. When the ticket bleeps, the person goes through. It's not her authority to go around asking why he's coming in with a disabled ticket at the end of the day. So I do hope the club come down hard on this person, because they do deserve to be, have the book thrown at them, as if to say. But I just wanted to say that, and Paul hasn't been to the matches for a long time because, of his illness, and, he doesn't mind opening out about it, because obviously with Paul opening up about it, it means anybody else who's suffering with the same thing can then, expand as well. So, but at the end of the day, people like her in the turnstile need to not get involved next time, But whether she's got her job still, we don't know. But let's hope the club say, let Paul know the process of what they've done, and give him some sort of apology, because that's what he deserves, an apology at the end of the day. If I get my first guest in, BS says, Dummett is supposed to be the senior pro, no legs, but a good mind. Last night showed us his career at top level is over. Absolutely. We were offered £500,000 for him in January from Ipswich, and Eddie Howe said, no, he's not going. Now, I'm sorry. Ipswich Town were offering £500,000. He's out of contract in the summer. We should have slapped the hands off. You know? And again, it's fallen down to Eddie Howe. Sentimentality. What I just said before. We can't be too sentimental with these players. Likes of Dummett, likes of Richie, have to go in the summer. End of. No good, no room for sentimentality. And how we're going to put players in the squad if they're going to keep taking up squad places. Eddie has to defend his players' team morale, but behind the scenes, I bet he's fuming. Well, let's hope so, but we don't know, do we? Longstaff, my man, the match. Tony, leave him alone. He's not that bloody good, Ian. Jesus, I know you take the pee. Even Antonio, now it's time to get rid of the deadwood. Now Dummett was crap. Exactly, Lee. That's why she's working a turnstile, not running the club, says Gary. Yeah, it's disgusting though, Gary, at the end of the day, and it shouldn't be happening. I'm sorry, it should not be happening, you know. Ian says, seeing that video, Tony Paul had to leave his channel tonight. It's disgraceful. Oh, that's not good. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting that somebody's done this, you know. I mean, my eldest daughter, she suffered ADHD, you know, and, you know, when we used to go to like Alton Towers and places like that, she had to have a special wristband, but was never questioned, you know, for her, because at the end of the day, it's classed as a disability, and because she was never questioned on it, you know, but for that to happen at a football ground is absolutely disgraceful, and I do hope they come down hard on her. Mad Max is always some sort of sub story or panhandling on certain channels on here. Don't know why they bother with him. I'm not sure what you're on about there, mate, but I'm not sure, mate. He's taking it to the top as well. He's like, Emil Newcastle wants answers. I don't blame him, Ian. Absolutely, why not? Because he deserves answers. Deserves an apology as well. You know, it's absolutely disgraceful. It was great to see Paul back at the match. Can't believe what happened with Paul. That steward was well out of order. She wants sacking. Paul's a top man legend. Absolutely, Lee. David says, what's happened, Tony? If you haven't seen it, David, obviously after the show now if you want, but check out Paul's match reaction from last night. And he was actually questioned by the lady on the turnstile why he has a disability ticket. You know, so yeah, just check his video out, and yeah, it's absolutely disgraceful. It really is. It really is disgusting. But as I say, the link's there, guys. Get yourselves on if you want to come on. Have your 5 minutes to say. You may want to talk about last night's debacle. You might want to talk about, you know, even in rugby, Paul Dummett would have seen a yellow card and been sin binned for that challenge, because that was a high challenge, you know. So yeah. Right, okay, so here's my first guest coming on as well. So I'll get him on now, and he's a regular on here. And it's Lewis. Hi Lewis, you alright?
Yeah. Obviously, Carl's work for obviously everyone knows probably some people know I do work for the club. I work as the local hero. I saw Paul yesterday, but to be fair, when I go in for my turnstile and that, the staff know me now. The staff know, obviously, because you see, I've got my lanyard and I have, you know, what I have told you and that. I have a disabled season ticket, bloody blah. I don't want special treatment and that, but it's nice to have that extra thing to do. Can I go for the disabled entrance? Because I have a routine to do for the match. And if there's a queue, if they see me, say, go on, Lewis, go in, just push in. Let me get to my seat in time. Because if I was not working, I'd be there 2 hours before kick-off. I would be there 2 hours before kick-off. And when you get in 15 minutes before the game, but that's shocking what Paul had to go through.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we all hope he gets a result. Let's hope it's all resolved for him, and hopefully it'll never happen again.
Mhm.
So what was it you want to talk about tonight, Lewis? I mean, you got anything you want to get off your chest, or?
Uh, that was just the referee was shit again, as per usual. Like,
I thought
but
the
that's one.
referee handled things. I thought Tony Harrington had a good game. To be
Yeah,
fair,
but
it
one
was
thing
a
what he
penalty.
really, yeah, it was a penalty, fair enough. But we took a free, a fast free kick. The referee pulled the bloody back. There was no head injury. Everything plays to complaints. We took it too quick, and the referee brought it back.
Yeah,
There's no, as per usual. There's the referees referee the game differently each time.
yeah,
But that's what we need. There need to be a law completely redone. And this is the rules. If there's a head injury, the referee has to stop the game no matter what. If there's no head injury, if a team wants to take a fast free kick, let them do it.
yeah. It's the thing is, so it's referee's discretion at the end of the day, Lewis. That's what they
And
look at. You see.
I know but it's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I understand where you're coming from, Lewis. I do. And it is a stupid. It is stupid. But at the end of the day, it's that it is what it is, Lewis. I mean, look, we were coasting last night in that game. Let's be honest, we were winning that
Yeah.
game. What happened, Lewis? What happened? I mean, yes, okay. The Dan Burn one was offside because Isak was offside, literally just
Yeah.
offside. So that's sort of. But Lewis, we had chances in that game to put that game to bed, and we didn't take them.
But that's
And
the one
yes,
thing
we
with
know
the
Pickford, as much as we don't like him, but he did pull off some good saves and he kept his team in the game.
Yeah, but like the one thing what really annoyed me was with the Dan Burn one. It took 4 minutes to do the decision to show it on the big screen. And it was clearly offside. Why did it have to take 4 to 5 minutes checking that offside? It was clearly offside.
Well, I think they've got to go through the protocols of checking it because they wanted to do the lines to make sure, just to make doubly sure.
Yeah, but it was clearly
Which
offside.
which I don't have a problem with them doing that.
No.
Yeah, we can see it's clearly offside, Lewis, but I think they want to draw the lines just to be sure because what happens if they say, oh, that's offside, and then somebody draws lines and they go, hang on a minute, that's not offside. They don't want to go back. Do you remember the Liverpool goal? So, look, they don't want to do that again. So they're going to have to, they want to make sure they get it right. And this is the thing, Lewis. This is what I've always said about VAR. I don't care. I don't care how long it takes VAR to make a decision. I don't care if it takes them 2 minutes or 8 minutes, as long as they come to the right decision. And that's exactly what they did last night. The time can be added on at the end of the games. That's not a problem. Just got to make sure the decisions are right. And that's the way I like it. I mean, Dummett giving that penalty away, that was just ridiculous, wasn't it?
But I know there's a rule with VAR. If the game lasted longer than 2-3 minutes, they can't pull it back.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, if it goes into another phase of play, they can't. No.
But that's the thing. If this here, we took 4 minutes. Oh, hi Mason. But like as I'm saying, like if say we took 4 minutes to score the goal, like they can't pull it back, because it took longer than the time.
Yeah, I mean, look, when Ashley Young was brought down, he was obviously remonstrating with the referee, but the play carried on, and it was when the play stopped at the other end, when it was a break of play, that's when he had to go on his headset and say, hang on, VAR's wanting me. And then when they sent him to the monitor, you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, you
and
knew straight away.
He didn't have a lot of looks, and he only had a couple of looks, and he was like, yeah, I'm convinced that's a penalty. And it was a penalty all day long. You can't just grab somebody down in the box like that.
It could have been a red card in rugby.
Well, yeah, it would have been classed as a high tackle in rugby. But look, at the end of the day, he's done it now, and somebody who hasn't scored in a long time, Calvert-Lewin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just thinking, I thought, he's going to put this high in over the bar, Calvert-Lewin, because he's not scored, and but he hit it with power, and Dubravka did get a hand to it, but it was too powerful to keep out. But it's disappointing, Lewis. If we went against Europe, drawn against teams like Everton, Luton Town, losing to Forest, drawn with Bournemouth, that's not going to help us into Europe, is it?
No. But like we know we can't blame injuries, but like I saw Matty's thing where you put on not Facebook, YouTube today.
Yeah.
Like, he did his interview with Sky Sports News yesterday before the game.
Yeah.
And the person Sky Sports, we had 12 players out. Basically, we have a really strong team out injured. And obviously, Tonali's ban.
Yeah. I mean, when you think that the 11 we have out injured it is madness. But at the same time, it's still not great that we've got all these injuries and that. But it's a squad game. We've got a squad. Or have we got a squad? That's the thing. I mean, look, Lewis Hall went off with... We don't know, he was holding his ribs. Let's hope he's fit for Saturday. If not, we'll be starting with Dummett left back on Saturday.
We may as well give if that's the case, then if Dummett starts, we may as well say, there you go, Fulham, have the 3 points.
Let's hope that's not the case. Gary says, I don't think any of this matters. There's going to be a massive shake-up in the summer, and that might include Eddie Howe too. I reckon Piff are out of patience. Do you know what, Gary? I'm seeing a lot of this going around, and it wouldn't surprise me if PIF in the summer said we're changing the manager. It wouldn't.
Get Jose Mourinho in.
The thing is, though, Lewis, right? I mean, look, we're not all shouting for Eddie Howe out here whatsoever. No. So if anybody thinks we are, we're not. But, we're just seeing what's being said. The thing is, though, Lewis, if Eddie Howe wants to become the league manager, as I said before, if he wants to be a Pep Guardiola or a Jurgen Klopp and win trophies, you've got to be ruthless as a manager. Look, we've seen it with Guardiola. He's got Gavardiol. I think they paid £124 million for him, and he's been on the bench a few times. Guardiola's not bothered about putting him on the bench. Grealish, £100 million player. He's not worried about putting him on the bench. That's the decisions you've got to make.
It's like tonight, Declan Rice is on the bench for Arsenal.
Yeah, there you go. Mary says, I didn't know it was WWE on the pitch. Exactly. Bia says, Newcastle love giving goals to players down there. Look, Chris Wood, Richarlison, DCL. Absolutely. I mean, look, Chris Wood comes and bangs a hat-trick in against us. He scored again last night for Forest, And we were all shouting about, well, not me personally, but there was a lot of us wanting rid of Chris Wood. And now, look at the return he's putting in for Forest, and you're thinking, wow, hang on a minute. Have we done something wrong here? Have we not played him properly? That's the thing. Wayne says, I know it's not a result, but we are still for Europe, lads. It's not all bad. Hope Man U I get beat off in the Hammers drew. I mean, yeah, West Ham drew. But the thing is, though, if we go to Fulham and lose to Fulham, that's the thing, Wayne. If we go and get beat off Fulham and see West Ham win, they'll go further ahead. And look, it's going to get harder. Dummett getting picked. Newcastle Falcons should have had a rugby shirt on, says Lee. Absolutely. Splat says, evening, Tony and everyone. Good evening to you. Splat, hope you're well. BS says, no other top 10 club carries Deadwood. We are the Lumberjacks of the Premier League. Exactly. And the thing is, look, Bia, people keep saying, oh, well, we can't just get rid of these players. It's going to cost money. No, it's not, because Gillespie, Ritchie, Dummett, out of contract in the summer. Get rid. Just get rid. Just say to them, thank you, guys. You've been great for us. But unfortunately, it's time that you left. We're not renewing your contract. but or you may have to keep Gillespie as a backup keeper because obviously if Karius goes in the summer and Dubravka goes, then we're going to need a third choice keeper. So maybe he stays as a third choice. But other than that, the likes of Richie, look, you've been a great servant, Matt, but thank you very much. Off you go. Boom. The same with
Dummett.
the same with Dummett. Thank you very much, Paul. Off you go. Go and get yourself in the lower half of the Premier League or go into the Championship.
City are winning 1-0, apparently.
Are they? I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
They got Villa, aren't they? Mary says, if you don't want Europe, put Dummett on.
With Paul Dummett, because he's been here 11 years now. Get rid of him and say, actually, we won't get rid of you, but we're going to offer you a testimonial.
Yeah.
Do that. I mean, that'd be nice just to give him a nice send off.
Yeah, I mean, Lewis, we're being heavily linked with Paolo Maldini as director of football now. Apparently, he wants the job. That's according to media sources from Italy. He wants the job. Look, the players he's responsible for bringing into Milan, likes of Theo Hernandez, Rafael Leao, Tomori, Olivier Giroud, Mike Maignan, the goalkeeper. Look, he's brought some talent through to Milan. Now, he was one of the best left backs in world football, and what a guy he was! What a player he was! So, on that, Lewis, what's your thoughts? Paolo Maldini, that would be a huge name to attract the big players.
Exactly. If we do get, as you said, I can't see his name yet, obviously, because we have to learn. But if we do get him and get if Eddie Howe goes and get Jose Mourinho in as manager, imagine the players we could get. With Mourinho as
Biavacon saying he wouldn't touch Mourinho, miserable football, outdated. I mean, I see where you're coming from, Bia, but what to say that Mourinho doesn't come in and play attacking football at Newcastle?
And trying to get the new sporting director in, big manager name, and the big director of football in. It's like But then
if it was Maldini who come in, and if we're not saying Eddie Howe's gone by anyway, but we're just speaking on the facts of what's going around. But if they did replace Eddie, I would say more Mancini than Mourinho. Mancini's a winner. Look what he done with Man City. Look what he done with Italy. So Mancini, and he's manager of Saudi Arabia. So
there's a bit of a connection there, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, Alexander Isak's apparently spoken as well about his future now, because there's been a lot of this dominated about Alexander Isak, about his futures going around at the moment, and people are kind of saying is what's happening with Isak. Will he stay? Will he go? Will he move to Arsenal? And so Fabrizio Romano's put a tweet out and he said, Alexander Isak on his future said, of course, I want to be here at Newcastle in the future. I came here for the project. I absolutely love playing here. I really feel at home. I want to finish this season in a good way. I love playing here. And that's what he told Mark Douglas from I mean, Lewis, that there tells you Isak's got no intentions of leaving in the summer.
No. I was in obviously with local heroes at St. James. I was speaking to one who I work with, said if somebody comes in like Arsenal or Spurs, because there's at least £250 million, there'd be no way we'd be getting less than 250 million for him if he had to go. Like, may as well get a big profit.
Yeah, says we've got to keep her on loan at Northampton. It was better than Gillespie. Arsenal are 2 up on Luton Town, according to Mary. That an own goal as well from the Luton defender. I mean, Lewis,
it's City 1, Villa 1.
Wow. And before you go, Lewis, looking ahead to Saturday's 3 p.m. kickoff at Fulham at Craven Cottage, what's your prediction for the weekend's game?
I think it depends who's playing. If it's the same team we played yesterday, we get beat.
Yeah.
If I feel confident, I'm going to go a 2-1 win. If it's the same team, I'll go 3-0 Fulham, unfortunately.
3-0 Fulham.
Or 2-1 Newcastle, depends who plays.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's see what the team is on Saturday. But and yeah, Isak equalled the home scoring record last night. And you know who he equalled that with?
Shearer.
No, Gouffran. Believe it or not.
Oh my God! I forgot
Gouffran.
we had Gouffran playing for the club.
Gouffran, yeah, he equalled that scoring streak at home with Gouffran. So there you go. I mean, that's a blast from the past.
And do you want to hear something crazy as well? Alexander Isak for Newcastle. All the penalties we had, he hasn't missed. He's had we had 17 penalties this season. No, 17 penalties, and Isak scored all 17.
Yeah,
that's brilliant, a bit of a crazy stat. I'm going to go and let somebody else come on now because I've been on for a bit longer than 15 minutes. I know that.
Yeah, no worries, Lewis. But thanks for coming on, mate. Thank you.
No problem. Anytime, Tony.
Cheers, Lewis. Thanks, mate.
Ciao for now.
Away the lads.
Away.
So that was Lewis on there. Wayne says, Maldini, watched him back in my younger days when he was in his prime. Pure legend, world class, won it all. Yeah, absolutely did. One of the best left backs in the world. Dummett's been here 11 years. That's when they just got electricity. Says Jack. Brian says, evening. So don't ever think I need more than I've got to live for. No one else will do. And I'm telling you, just put your heart in my hands. I love you over and over again. Happy clappers. I like it. Give them a testimonial against Dunstan Gasworks, says Splat. Yeah. Gary says, Ori, Isak, it's the anti-tune press stirring for us. Absolutely, Gary. See you again, Lewis. I've got my bet on 4-0 Arsenal, 3-1 City, and Brentford 2-1. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Let's hope they come in, Wayne. You're halfway there. Yeah, he is halfway there for the Arsenal one. Lewis says, Brighton and Brentford, there is a bit of a kick clash slightly, but I know I have the teams wrong way around, so it's actually Brentford and Brighton. Yeah, I mean, look, Isak equalled Gouffran's scoring streak at St James Park. I think, is it 9 games in a row he scored or something like that? I only heard that because that's what the commentator said last night on the game. So that's why I picked up on that one, on that stat. I was quite shocked when he said Gouffran. I thought, Gouffran? Was he that good, really? But, yeah, he was all right, Gouffran, wasn't he, at times? Let's be honest. But that was a totally different era, I mean, look, Isak's stats this season, he started 19 games out of 22 played and he scored 15 goals in the Premier League. Scoring frequency of 106 minutes and expected XG is 14, so he surpassed his 14 expected XG. He's had 14 goals from inside the box and one from outside the box. We know that one was from against Man City. So he scored 13 right foot goals, 1 penalty, a left foot. Well, it says he's won 1 penalty, sorry. 1 left foot goal and 1 headed goal as well. So he's got 1 assist to his name as well. So he's nearly beat his expected assists because for his expected assists, it's 1.88, so he needs another assist. And he has missed 13 big chances. So can you imagine if Isak had even put 10 of those 13 chances away? He'd actually be on 25 goals now. That's absolutely amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing, that. David says, I've just watched Paul's video. Absolutely disgusting when she said he doesn't have a disability. Yeah, definitely, mate. It's absolutely disgraceful, and there's no room for it whatsoever. And I hope the club do come down hard, because, nobody deserves to be humiliated like that, because that is humiliation. Because, like he said, there was people standing around as well, and that's humiliation in my eyes, and it's absolutely disgraceful. So, yeah, I hope she is brought to task over that. Got 14 watching at the moment, guys, but if you can hit those likes, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. We'll beat Fulham. They can't defend like Everton. We can have Gordon, and we have Gordon back. Yeah, absolutely, we are. But look, Fulham have played well at home lately, though. That's the thing. So we got to be careful. Let's not be complacent. But yeah, we can beat them. I mean, I think if we had Anthony Gordon playing last night, we beat Everton. I mean, Barnes had a good first half, but he sort of disappeared in the second half. Is Barnes better as an impact sub rather than a starter? But we had to start him last night. But there again, the guy's just come back from an injury. So again, he's not fully fit, is he? Wayne says, know what it is, girls and boys. We need to stop picking on Pickford. Not seems to play better when we get on his back. I mean, yes, he pulled off some good saves last night. We can't comment. We can't complain. I know we all shouted and called him Sad Macam and all this, but look, at the end of the day, he kept his team in the game. Mary says, the reality is disabled people face this kind of treatment from individuals who are simply unaware, yet it will only change when it's more is done about it. Spot on, Mary. Absolutely, Mary. Definitely. And the thing is, right, at the end of the day, this is where all these stewards and staff that work in the clubs, at the football clubs, they should all know. They should all know about the disability codes. It's discrimination at the end of the day. You can't discriminate against people. It's not right. And there's no way in society that should be happening. Splat says, sorry about that far, and the ref were diabolical with the crap that Everton got away with. Yeah, they did get away with some things, Splat, but the penalty was definitely a penalty, mate. Nothing you can do about that. The offside was definitely offside as well. Hit the like button, please. It's only a click. Discrimination, yes. It's discrimination, mate. Yes, absolutely. So that's what it is at the end of the day. It's discrimination. And it's got to come to a stop, Hopefully, as I say, she's either hopefully educated, and obviously she could be on a final one. She might even get the sack. Who knows? But at the end of the day, that's down to her fault, You've got to accept all walks of life, unfortunately, I used to be an instructor with the air cadets, and so you got children from you got kids from all backgrounds, and at the end of the day, you have to work with those backgrounds and challenges, but you don't single anybody out. So maybe that's what she needs to do. She needs to learn as well, and maybe she might learn the hard way. Who knows? Wayne says, Tony Gordon's a big miss. His pace was. Yeah, I mean, look, people are saying it was a stupid sending off that he got the other day. I think he'd done it because he didn't want to get the 10 yellow cards. That's what he's worrying about. Because if you think about it now, he's only got another couple of games to go. And, 2 games' time. So if he goes to Fulham and doesn't get a yellow card, then it doesn't matter because he's going to miss the cut-off. So he's not going to get his ban. So I think that's why he done it. Bruno, if he gets a yellow card in his 32nd game, I think it's at 32 games where it cuts off. So yeah, there's only 2 more games to go. BS says all walks of life. Tony, what about wheelchair? Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Yeah, you know, the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. You know, all walks of life, basically. Yeah, you know what I mean, Beer. It's not me being funny about wheelchair users. Absolutely not. Anybody. Do a show on the sheep and like the vid because this channel rocks heavier than a double tackle. Thank you very much indeed, Mary. Thank you, Mary. And just for Mary, because she wants it up there, she loves the Sean the Sheep. So let's get Sean up there. There we go. There's Sean. And please do what Sean's doing. Please give a thumbs up on the channel. It only takes a couple of seconds. Click that like as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe as well. And there's still time if anybody wants to come on in the green room. The link's in the chat. Gary says she needs better training, not thrown to the lions. Exactly, Gary. It's training, education. Maybe that's what she needs. But obviously she has to be told about her. She has to be spoken to about her future conduct, you know, because at the end of the day, she's representing the club. She's a face of that club. And if she's a face of the club, it's like anything, you know, like job that you work in, you're the face of the company. If you do anything to upset somebody, then it's only right that you get into trouble with the company for it, you know. You know, I worked for a company where I was, I answered the phone, done customer services over the phone with people and things like that. You know, and I was the front of the company. Now, if I did anything wrong, I would expect to be hammered for it. And that's only right. And that's the thing. That's what it's all about. So, you know, she's there for the club and she's representing the club. So that's what she needs to do. Represent the club better than what she did last night. Yes, but yeah, definitely not thrown the lines. Yes, so if anyone, the link's going to be there for about another 5 minutes. So if you want to pop on and have your say about last night's game or anything else related to Newcastle, then jump on and we'll get you in as soon as we can. Let's have a look at the scores so far in the Premier League. So Arsenal are currently 2-0 up on Luton Town at the Emirates. Brentford and Brighton are 0-0, and City and Villa are currently locked in at 1-1 at the moment as well. And in the German DFB Cup, it's half time. It's Bayer Leverkusen 3, Fortuna Dusseldorf 0. So there you go on that one. If you really want to know about the Italian Coppa, the Coppa Italia, it's Fiorentina 1, Atalanta 0, and Paris Saint-Germain 0, Rennes 0 in the French Coupe de France. So there you go. Just thought I would put them ones out there for you as well. We saw the other day Minte was playing for Feyenoord. I think he played about 70 or 80 minutes for them. So another good outing for Minte. But no sign of Grant Qual, not even on the bench for Volendam. So it doesn't look good for Qual. But again, we need to send him out somewhere on loan. I've got somewhere in the green room, but before I get to the guest in the green room, I'll just quickly nip through these few comments. Brian says, full mold beat us. I hate saying that. I have zero confidence. Look at the players we are putting out. Bruno was a one-man midfielder yesterday. Yeah, he was, Brian. My question is, says Mary, what does disability look like to you? This week is Autism Awareness. It's a hidden disability. Yet people don't like they have it. Doesn't mean it's not there. Absolutely, Mary. 100%. You're absolutely right. You know, at the end of the day, you can't see a disability. Disabilities are not always visible. And that is the problem. That is the problem. You know, It doesn't matter who it is, you know, but people do have disabilities in certain ways. And yeah, if anybody's remembered Harry Scarf, who's been on my channel before, the Tottenham guy who's a podcaster, the young man who's he's now 15 years of age, he has autism. So look, at the end of the day, it's about diversity, and people need to be more aware of it. Dummett, Craft, Longstaff, says Brian. I work with disabled people and discrimination is unbelievable from people. Yeah, it is. Volendam, bottom of the league, they're awful on the beer. My nephew's got autism. I watched the film. Ryman took him to the casino, lost a fortune. Jesus. Yeah. Don't know what disability looks like, Mary, but I suspect it's a... God, Gary. Jesus. Right, let's get the next guest on, and here's David. Hi, David, how are you?
No, Tony. Absolutely fucking not. I've been took up before like that. I've been questioned for my disabilities.
I mean, what was your thoughts on last night's game?
It wasn't very good. It was a bit poor. Poor performance. As always. Look at last Saturday. Can't even do that.
Yeah.
We won 4-3. Can't even do that last night.
I mean, we had chances to score. We had lots of chances. And, yeah, okay, there was the offside. But other than that, the chances we had, we should have buried them, really, shouldn't we?
We just sat back. That equaliser. That was stupid what Dummett did. Dummett was stupid.
Yeah.
What's the point in bringing him on?
Well, obviously, he brought him on for Lewis Hall going up and, you know, left back for left back. And he thought, oh, well, okay. And, I didn't think Dummett was going to do what he did last night. I didn't think we were going to see WWE wrestling on there last night. But,
No.
geez, honestly, it's just it's ridiculous.
Around. Dubrovka nearly saved that penalty, you know. You got a touch on it.
Just know that there's VAR around and they should be looking what they're doing, you know.
That happened. That was at my end as well. And that penalty was at my end.
At your end.
That's where I sit. Where the penalty
on
was.
The Lee's end.
Mm-hmm. But I'm in the best corner.
Yeah. It was just a shocking penalty. I didn't see it at first, because obviously I was watching on TV, but at first you didn't see, I just saw the ball go to Dubravka, and that was it. And then Dubravka carried on playing, and then when it went down the other end, that's when play got stopped, because was it an offside or something, I think, or the ball, I can't remember, the ball might have went out. And then that's when the referee was on his headset saying, hang on a minute, we can't start the game yet. And I thought, well, what's a VAR check for? What penalty? And then when they started showing the replay, I thought, oh, hang on, that's not good. I can see this is going to be given this. And as soon as the referee went them on, you knew straight away that's it.
Penalty. Their fans were good, like. Their fans were good. Everton fans were really good supporters.
Yeah.
No, good supporters.
We've got a rivalry with them, haven't we? With Everton. And, I saw Adam P's video where they were, our fans were taunting them, saying off to the championship and everything. But, I mean, look, they're a poor side of it, and let's be honest.
It could still happen.
We should have beat them. We should have had 3 points out of that game.
May get points taken off them.
I think they will do. Apparently, they're due to be given the 12-point deduction, apparently, for all the shenanigans on their next case. So, again, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I hope they do. I like to see everything go down. They should have went down last season. Not Leicester City.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they should have. I mean, look, Bournemouth had some way to blame as well. If Bournemouth drew that game with them last season, Everton would have been in the championship this season and Leicester would have stayed up. But then Leicester would have faced a point deduction because we know that they're now in trouble over FFP as well. They've spent over by £89 million.
What is it with Leicester lately? They keep getting beaten in the championship. They're not doing well.
Who, Leicester?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm of the opinion. I mean, they did win the other day against Norwich 3-1, but I'm of the opinion. Are they deliberately not wanting to win these games because they don't want to come up and get the points deduction? But it doesn't matter when they'll come up; they're still going to get the points deduction. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
I want to see Ipswich back in the Premier League. I want to see Ipswich.
Yeah, I
Ipswich
mean,
will come back up.
I would love to see Ipswich come up. That would be nice because look, we all know because of Bobby Robson, Ipswich connection. When we played them at the Championship 2009-10 season, I've got the scarf from that. I mean, that was they done the Sir Bobby Robson half and half scarf, and it's always a special match. So I think I would love to see Ipswich come up automatically along with Leeds, get them two up.
Southampton from there in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they'll win the
come out
playoffs.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
as well. It might be them in Leicester in the final, I reckon.
Mm-hmm. But who would they play? Like if Leicester go in the playoffs, who would they play?
It depends where they finish in the standings in the playoffs. So it depends who they. I think
Might be
fourth and
Norwich.
fifth play each other, and third and sixth play each other.
It might be Norwich.
So if Leicester finish third and Southampton Norwich finish sixth, then obviously Leicester would play Norwich
again,
and then Southampton would play whoever's fifth at the moment in the Championship. I'm not sure who's fifth at the moment in the Championship, but whoever it is, let's just see if it's Hull City. I'm not sure, but whoever it is that's in there at the minute.
Look at bloody Sunderland get beat 5-1 at Blackburn on Monday.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
That was just brilliant, though, wasn't it?
Sunderland are that good. They should never got rid of Mowbray. They should never sacked him. Sunderland should never sacked Tony Mowbray like that.
Yeah. Sorry, West Brom are fifth. So it would be Leicester versus Norwich as it stands at the moment, and Southampton versus West Brom.
Right. I felt sorry for Mowbray getting sacked like that. They should never sack Mowbray like that, Sunderland.
Yeah. I mean, Ipswich are the top scorers in the Championship, 84 goals. And behind them is Leicester on 77.
Why did they get Michael Beale in charge? Michael Beale?
I haven't got a clue, but I thought it was good really because look, against us he didn't have any. His tactics were absolutely diabolical when they played us Sunderland, and he just sat there on the bench. He looked clueless, and I just thought, you know what? How are you a manager? How was he even manager at Rangers? I mean, he got sacked from there because he was a poor manager. He had a good season at QPR, and I think that's what he built it on. But after that, he just went
to take the piss out of him, call him Ian Beale if he stands. Call him Ian Beale. Take the piss out of him,
Yeah, absolutely. But before you go, I mean, what do you think about Saturday's game? What's your prediction for that?
I fancy 3-1 Newcastle if we go it.
Yeah?
3-1. Or 2-1 if we go it. If we don't get it, I think Fulham will beat 2-1 to Fulham.
Yeah, it could be a difficult game. I mean, Fulham's a good side of Craven Cottage. I mean, I know we beat them in the FA Cup, but then they were short on players at the time, so I think they'll have more of a full squad. And I like
Pete's going again.
Who plays for them.
Pete's going again on Saturday. He's going down to Fulham again.
He is, yeah. So is John Sinclair as well. So
that's twice for Pete. That he won the battle twice for Fulham, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He went down to the FA Cup game. Yeah. So
how does John Sinclair get a ticket? We can't get tickets to go away games.
Who's that?
How did John Sinclair get a ticket?
Because he's got a season ticket, John.
So he's got more points than us.
I think he's got the points. Yeah, he's got the points as well. Yeah.
I've already got 2 points.
Yeah. Yeah. it's hard to get away tickets, though, isn't it? Sometimes you may be lucky to get them where they go down to non-loyalty points and things like that. But
I suppose you don't come to Fraser
um,
Park games. Do you try to come to Newcastle games or not?
if I can get through the ballots, I do. If I can, but I haven't get the ballot this
Mm-hmm.
season yet, so I don't know I don't know how some people get through these ballots and some don't. You know, it's just the way it goes. It's like the lottery in it.
Later
You're
next
in it.
season.
You know, you're in the draw.
Later
But
next
next
season
season,
comes.
hopefully, yeah,
Adidas back to
abs-
normal. Adidas, no more Castro.
yeah, absolutely. And look, I can't wait for Adidas to come back. It should be absolutely brilliant. And
Because the shop's
yeah,
shutting soon. Because the shop's shutting after the match, after the season's finished. The shop's shutting. Getting refurbished.
yeah, because they're gonna massively refurbish it inside. The escalators are being moved and everything, and they're gonna put a temporary shop up in Strawberry Place where the cellar fan zone's going. So look, it's all gonna be great at the end of the day.
And
I think
apparently,
the new
the
club
Stella Cup's
shops
coming back to Fraser Park again. Do you know that Stella Cup I had last season? That's coming back this season as well.
is
Stella
it?
Cup.
Yeah,
Back
I would
again.
have thought it would. Yeah, it was good that we won. Yeah, because we won that easily. Yeah.
Because it's come back this season. I don't know what we're going to get.
No,
I
I
think it's
don't know. They'll
August. I
probably.
think it's August it is. It'll come back.
Yeah, I think it will be. Yeah, because it'll be just before the season starts again. So
I went
you
all
know,
three of them. I went Saturday and Sunday ones.
yeah,
And
yeah, definitely. But yeah, so you're going 3-1 for against Fulham. That's a great score. But thank you for coming on anyway, David.
All right.
Nice to have you on, mate. And yeah, thank you very much, mate. Been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, David, for coming on. When I saw the ball being saved, I knew that was a penalty and would be checked, says Brian. Mary says a ref should have worn a striped shirt instead of a black one, or would have confused both sides. Evening, Tony, forgot you were trying to fix update for the last 3 hours. Other results were in our favour last night. Europe still possible. Yes, Alan, absolutely, mate. And hello, mate. Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, we were really, really lucky last night because obviously the Tottenham result, with West Ham was a draw. But we got to back it up on Saturday. We got to go and beat Fulham. Absolutely got to go and beat Fulham now on Saturday. If we don't beat Fulham, then we could lose ground. Let's hope Brentford can beat. Let's hope Brentford win tonight against Brighton, which will be a cracking result, by the way. But again, whether that happens or not, I don't know what the score is at the moment. I'll have a look now, but it was 0-0. Yeah, it's still 0-0 at the moment. Villa are 2-1 down now to Man City with a goal from Phil Foden. But it's 72 minutes between Brentford and Brighton, and it's currently 0-0 at the moment. So, yeah, it would be nice if Brentford sneaked a win there as well. Lee says, my son has autism, been taking him to the Speedway, buzzing for him. Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's absolutely fantastic and brilliant. Thank you. And I want to say thank you to Andrew as well. Andrew DB's become a member of the channel. So thank you very much indeed, Andrew. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Ryan's in the chat. Love this channel. Hi, Ryan. Hope you're well, mate. Everton don't like that, Gordon. Came good for us. They thought we bought a dud. Yeah, absolutely they did, didn't they? They thought, they thought with Anthony Gordon, that was it, They thought he was absolutely diabolical, didn't they? But you know what? He's come to us and he's been absolutely fantastic. And you know what? I say sod them at the end of the day. That's their problem. That's Everton's problem, isn't it? The end of the day, it's their problem. So, yeah. Can't wait till you sober up, Ryan says. Gary, sober up? What are you trying to say? Gary? But yeah, no. Anthony Gordon's become a much better player since he's left Everton, you know. And you can see why he left Everton. Because, look, at the end of the day, the club was so toxic, you know. There was so much toxic there. That's why he got out of it. And you can't blame him. Absolutely can't blame him. I know I had people last night saying they wanted to become a member, but they couldn't hit the join button or something last night. So what I'll do is, in the chat, I'll put a link in there. So if you do want to join as a member, you can actually click the link that I've just put in the chat now. I'll see if I can try and pin it to the... Won't let me pin it yet, but there's a link there in the chat. And if you click on that link, you can join as a member that way as well. So let's see if I can pin this message. There we are. A message is pinned to the top. So if you want to become a member, you can do that by clicking that message as well as the join button. Brian said, I can't wait to play Ipswich next season. The Bobby Robson derbies are back. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Tony, we should have buried that game. Twats are always stubborn team to play. Thing is, though, we had the chances. We just didn't put them away. Just don't do shots, Gary. The game should have been finished in the first half. It should have been merry. Yeah, absolutely. We should have been 2 or 3 up in that first half, definitely. What you're saying about Leicester, Tony, does make sense. Don't want Southampton back up. Can't stand them. Yeah, Wayne, absolutely. I mean, look, yeah, that's what I'm thinking with Leicester, you know. Are they deliberately trying not to win games, you know? I know you shouldn't say things like that, but, you know, who could blame them if they don't want to come back up? We could see a front three of Gordon, Isak, Barnes on Saturday. Do you think Murphy's going to lose his place? Because I thought Murphy did okay last night, to be honest with you. And I thought some of the corners he put in, I thought he'd done pretty well, to be fair. Will Trippier be back Saturday? That's another question. Ipswich and Norwich back up for me, and Leicester, says Wayne. I don't think Norwich will come up, though, unless Leicester get ahead of Leeds, I suppose. Result always at a risk with just 1 goal lead. Got to be Fulham now. Yeah, absolutely. 1-0's always risky. Gary says, Tony, I'll come on if you need another caller. Got no comment, and if you'd rather I didn't, that's fine, mate. Oh, sorry, I've took the link out the chat now, Gary. Sorry, mate. If I'd seen that, I wouldn't have took the link out, but no worries, mate. You'll have to come on the next one, definitely. Be great to have you on the next one, mate, definitely. Jesus Christ, what a goal for... I didn't see it. I haven't seen it, obviously, but Julie's in the chat. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Julie. Hope you're well. Was a member before an old channel, but love the banter, Tony. No worries, Andrew. Cheers, mate. Thank you for your support, mate, as always. Great stream, as always, says Pete. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Look, he has done it. What, where's Wally? Is that what you're saying? Where's Wally? Where's Dummit? Where is he? Well, can we see Dummit? Yes, there we are. There he is. There's Dummit, the wrestler. If anybody's just joined, I mean, look, I looked at Alexander Isak's stats this season. 19 games started, 22 played, 15 goals and 1 assist. Magic. He's missed 13 big chances, but can you imagine if he'd put, say, 10 of those chances away? He'd be on 25 goals now, you know. What a player. What a player he is, isn't he? And talking about Alexander Isak, if you've just joined us as well, Fabrizio Romano did put a tweet out earlier after what Mark Douglas said. And what he said is, Alexander Isak on his future. Of course, I want to be here at Newcastle in the future. I came here for the project. I absolutely love playing here. I really feel at home. I want to finish this season in a good way. I love playing here. That's what he told Mark Douglas. So look, we know Isak doesn't want to go anywhere. So all these rumours that he's going to go off to Arsenal, Arsenal can go and do one because he's not for sale at any price. He's one hell of a player. And if you look at it, we've probably got him for a bargain now. Tristan says Tony has spent 400 million, but only 185 of that was placed on 4 players. Gordon, Bruno, Botman. So unless it's someone we signed for the first 11 and experience, what was the point? Yeah. I'll see where you're going with that one, mate. Absolutely. Does a DB and Andrew stand for Dan Burn? Oh, dear me. Not quite BS as Andrew. Gordon, well worth the money we spent on him. Yes, he is. Absolutely is. I was gone on Paddy Conroy's live until I seen this. Didn't know you were on, Tony? Yeah, I was on. Did you not get the message, mate? You mustn't have gotten the notification. YouTube's terrible these days for that. Sneaked a 2-1 win, but thinking about my bet. Yeah. I mean, you need Arsenal to win get another couple of goals, don't you? Brian says the 45 million we gave Everton went on not players. It went on keeping the club afloat, says Brian. Absolutely. Julie says she can't stand Southampton either. Brian said, I don't want Southampton to come up. It's an absolute nightmare travelling there 2 away games. Yeah, you're absolutely right, aren't you? Yeah. Imagine if Plymouth Argyle came into the Premier League. Jeez. Yeah, Murphy had a decent game. Yes, he did. Jam Stasher says Eddie's already said Trippier won't be ready for Fulham. Ah, right, okay, then so he's not ready for Fulham. Julie, I like the way she's put it, Dummett needs to go and go now. Well, thing is, Julie, Eddie Howe's defending Dummett. You know, and he's also hinting out Dummett may get another year's contract. Let's hope that doesn't happen. David says, Dummett was so slow I thought he was stuck in a quicksand. Isak has said he doesn't want to leave. Yeah, absolutely. They can bog off now. Absolutely, Julie. They can do. Alan says, yes, Tony, I read that about Isak saying he was happy here. Yeah, great news that, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant news. Since he's been fit the last 4 or 5 games, you can see Isak is loving playing here. Just shows on his face. Exactly. And look, I think even if we didn't get Europe, Isak would stay because, you know, we just have to strengthen in the summer. So that might as well be French to me, says Andrew. Brian says the way Ratcliffe is doing things at Man U is pissing clubs off, rightly so. So what he's calling the people he wants instead of the club. Yeah, I agree, Brian. Eddie Howe would defend him, wouldn't me? Yeah. Ashworth knows they've got in the gardening section. Yeah, definitely. He likes the garden centres, does Mr. Dan Ashworth. Likes a bit of Dobbies, doesn't he? Shade of green. Get rid of Dummett and give Joe Linton a pay rise. Absolutely. And by the way, there is other garden centres available as well. So before I get name checked on that one as well. Yeah, but there is other garden centres out there. Ponteelan's a nice place where our players lives. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Darris Hall and things like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's right, Brian. To do. Current scores at the moment: Arsenal still 2-0 up against Luton Town after 80 minutes. After 82 minutes, Brentford 0, Brighton 0, and it's half time at the Etihad or the Etihad, whichever one you want to call it. Manchester City 2, Aston Villa 1 at the moment, with what Brian said was a super goal from Phil Foden. We've got 20 likes at the moment in chat, so if we haven't hit the like yet, please do give it a like. It only takes a couple of seconds. That'd be great. Ashworth got the two best friends, Bill and Ben, the flower pot men, says Lee. Yeah, the norms may get affected. Yeah, I wonder what colour norm he has. Does he have a Newcastle United norm, or do you think he has a Man United norm? Interesting, that one. But I guess we'll not see Ashworth's garden. The whole team were told it would take at least 5 years to get where Newcastle want to be. Well, yeah, when you think about it, we're 3 years in now, aren't we? So, yeah, absolutely splat, 100%. But we'll see what happens in the summer. The summer can't come quick enough. Brian said, I heard Changing Rooms is coming back on BBC. Maybe Ashworth can try that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, like I say, we can't wait for the summer. Let's get this season finished with, because this season's just one of them seasons you just want to leave behind. And the thing with Nick Pope as well, we've got him to come back, we know. The only problem is, will Nick Pope come back the same goalkeeper though? Now that he's had 2 shoulder injuries, like popped out shoulder, will he come back the same player? That is the question, and that is a very good question. But I'm sure Pope will answer that one for us. Or the crack gnome because he's defected the gunk. Yeah, absolutely, Mary. Absolutely. Yeah, he probably has done, hasn't he? Yeah, so look, we had a couple of guests on tonight. You know, I think other shows are going on as well, so sometimes it's hard for people to come across and come on and things like that. It's hard to balance these shows out. But yeah, coming up on the channel, there'll be things. I've got probably I'll have the match preview tomorrow or maybe Friday. With the I may do a Friday so we can incorporate Eddie's press conference reaction in there as well. Pre-match show will be on Saturday as always, and that will be at 2 p.m. because it's a traditional 3 o'clock. Oh, sorry, it won't be 2 p.m. It'll be 1:30. I beg your pardon. It will be 1:30 p.m. because it's a 3 o'clock kickoff and the team news comes out at 2, so it won't be 2 p.m. It'll be 1:30 p.m. But I'll put that notification out and I'll make sure everybody knows as well. And I'll probably do a reaction after the game as well. So we'll see what happens on that one. Bias says we need 2 keepers and some I want to compete with Pope and the others back up. Yeah, I mean, look, I would like Mohamedashvili. I think he's a cracking goalkeeper. We've been linked with Ramsdale, but I would rather go for Mohamedashvili if I'm honest. Apparently we're going to try and keep Gillespie as well, because obviously we could lose Dubravka and Karius in the summer. I had the pleasure of benching out a manhole at Darras Hall. Their shades smell like Channel 64s. Oh, Jesus, Ronald. Somebody asked me a question earlier, and I'm going to have a look, and I'll come to it, and I'll find out if I can find out if there's any way. But if you just bear with me, guys, don't go anywhere yet. Anyway. So somebody wanted to know what Paul Dummett was on. Paul Dummett's wages at Newcastle United are £35,000 a week. That's what he's on. Brian says Paul Gallant's going on Dragon's Den to start a toenail business. Jesus, Brian. Ashworth will be at the Chelsea Flower Show. Yeah. Tonali. Oh, God. Gary says, I wonder if Man U are going to use will use Going Numb as their pre-match when Ashworth joins. Well, they better not do. Gallant must blame VAR for the penalty. Can't blame VAR for the penalty. Great show tonight, Tony, and everyone getting better all the time. Cheers, Lee. Splat says that's what they're getting. Paul says Ashworth singing Nobody Know. Norm's the trouble I've seen. Bia Gallant hasn't got a clue. Not even a Toon fan. Thank you for your like. It does wonders for the channel. Thank you very much indeed, Mary. Thank you. Andrew says you can see this comment. Had to come out with YouTube. Yes, I can see it, mate. Yes, absolutely. Your comments there, mate. Great shows always. Take care, all you too, mate. Julie says yes, Andrew. Yeah. Problem is we can't sell these players because nobody wants to pay their wages. Thing is, Brian, Dubbett's out of contract. Just let him go. Richie's out of contract. Let him go. Simple. Best way to do it. You know. Splat says excellent shows always, Tony. Take care, you guys and girls. You too, mate, as well. Thank you very much, Splat. Andrew asking, was the bus late? Sorry, somebody's asking. Oh no, it's Gary. Was the bus late, Julie? And Julie says yes, it was tonight. See, public transport, you can never rely on it, can you? Mary says, oh, they smell how bad they play, the Toon Army. Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope. I'd love us to go to Old Trafford and absolutely smash them. Especially if Ashworth was their director of football as well. It would be absolutely fantastic. Him sitting in the stands, watching us going against Man United and just take them out 6-0. Great show as always, Tony. Cheers, Ian. Thank you very much. Brian says, did you get the lube yesterday, Tony? Oh, Jesus, Brian. You in this bloody lube. Honestly. Just about going on about lube, just about as bad as what Nick Ferrari was yesterday and then this morning. Although, you know, I had no choice but to watch it because it was on anyway. And all he kept going on about was all that Nick Ferrari kept going on about was Viagra. It was like, Jesus, honestly. Ronald says 35 grand a week. And when called on, he fucks up big style. Absolutely, mate. Paul says, great show, Tony. Hope Paul gets an apology from the club. Yeah, I do as well, mate. Absolutely, he deserves to. And let's hope the club do something about it. Yeah. But anyway, it's been a cracking show tonight. That hour and a bit's gone over so quick, hasn't it? It just goes so quick. If you have liked what you see, please follow Sean the Sheep and do smash that like. So follow the sheep. And also, if you're brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe. Come be part of this great community. Hit that bell notification to keep you up to date with live shows, pre-records, or upcoming shows. And remember, you can join. It's only 99p a month as well if you want to become a member. Blue Chew. Bye all. Back for preview, Tony. No worries, mate. Cheers. Thank you very much. Tatty bye, everyone. Be good and safe all. You too, Gary. Cheers, mate. Great show, says Julie. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. We always have a laugh on you, don't we? Say I behave and others go off on lube and Viagra. Julie says, follow the sheep. Absolutely. Everybody loves this show on the sheep now, don't they? That's why I've kept it, because people have said, don't ever change it, because I love it. Blue Chew is the best as a man can get. Ready to rock and roll. Jesus, Brian. Have a great week, Tony. You know, you too, Andrew, mate, as well. And remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. Not the result we wanted last night, but you know what? We go on to Fulham on Saturday to Craven Cottage, and let's hope we can do something down there. But until then, guys and girls, have a safe evening. Enjoy whatever you're doing. And till then, I will see you all later. Bye-bye for now, and how are you, the lads?